Perfect summer in Chicago basketball looks like what?
Perfect summer is at 1.7% chance of that first overall pick hits, and we get Cooper Flagg on the team. That's the only thing that can really save us.
That's fair.
That's a perfect summer.
That is the all right. What's a slightly less than perfect summer look like in Chicago?
I don't know. I mean, last night was a bit weird. We played 83 games this year, and just so happened the game that mattered the most, we put up the least amount of points we've had all year long. We had scored 115 points in 15 straight games, and we ended with 90 last night. Oof. So I think the fans in the arena share the sentiment of fans across the globe when it comes to Bulls fandom. Being in the play-in 3 years in a row, losing to the Miami Heat 3 years in a row in the play-in, we're tired. So what does the perfect offseason looks like? I have no idea, man, because I don't think there's saving this team. A lot of us wanted the team to take a step back, which we did. We traded Zach LaVine. We traded DeMar DeRozan before the season started. And even then, we still look at the roster, squinting our eyes like there's not a lot going on here. So I think we still got like 2 to 3 more years before we can really be excited about Bulls basketball again.
Let me let you in on something, Kenny. Mm-hmm. And when you're in a position like that, you have a conversation in the locker room. Do we really want to get on this flight and prolong our destiny that we already know what it is? Let's dress this thing up real nice, and let's bow out gracefully, and let's get into this summer, and let's retool and get ready for the next one.
See, that's the insight that we don't have as fans, right? That's why we got to go to Lou
because we can't handle it felt like that. Kenny, we can't handle that as fans. We hear that and we're like, how dare you?
It's like the game right before All-Star Weekend. It's like you don't care about that game. You're just trying to get.
You guys, too much honesty. This is not. We can't handle this. We don't want to hear this. Let me ask you this, because you got the Giddey extension looming. Decisions to be made there at 30 a year potentially. Is anybody on this team in your mind untouchable moving forward?
No, I think we'd be crazy to think about untouchables with this roster, man. I mean, we got players that we like, right? I enjoyed the last 23 games of Josh Giddey. I enjoyed what Kobe White turned into player of the month for March. But there's nobody on the team that I'm like, if they're not here next season, I'm going to be complaining about. It's not like we have Luka Doncic. We're not going to be rioted in the streets if we traded everybody. I did like the rookie, Modest Buzelis, right? So maybe he's the one dude, but he also was the 11th overall pick. It's not like he was Cooper Flagg. So I think everything and anything should be on the table this offseason.
You got Phoenix missing the playoffs. Budenholzer gets fired. New Orleans is obviously looking like they're going to go into a rebuild. Philly had one of their worst years in recent history, considering all things. Who doesn't see the light at the end of the tunnel?
Ooh, that's tough. I mean, I think the Suns probably don't see it because, I mean, we got the looming Kevin Durant trade, right? Everybody realizes that's going to happen. Shams Charania reported that they're going to start working with Rich Kleiman to try to make it happen. I mean, they don't have any of their own first-round picks, right? They don't have a coach. They fired back-to-back years. They fired championship coaches. I want to remind people that. So it's definitely them. Like, if you Philly, you're like, okay, we're going to have a top 6 pick this season. We already got Tyrese Maxey. Jared McCain looked pretty good before his injury, and the big fella JoJo should be back. The Pelicans can look at it. The Pelicans are pretty high on that list too. I can't lie. They don't have a lot going on either. But it's got to be the Suns, man, because the only staple is Devin Booker. And you look at that roster and you think about the lack of future assets. I think you have to have the conversation on whether or not you keep Booker around. And I've always been a one-team guy. I love when we have these one-team superstars, but you got to start thinking about the future. And the Kevin Durant trade is going to happen, and maybe a Devin Booker trade in the next year or so.